Hey everybody, Wyoming James checking in. Well, it is day 21. We've made it just better than a third of the way, and we're excited. We got out here this morning. All the birds were up, moving around. They seem happy. Our youngest Mason and myself were out here amending some of the soil in the garden yesterday, so we let those birds out and we just let them roam. It's a lot of fun watching those birds forage around kind of on their own, seeing where they go when they don't have any constraints. So that was kind of neat. So more of the same today. We're going to feed these birds, then we're going to go out on the pasture and get those birds taken care of, and just give you a quick update from over there. Okay, so as soon as we turned off the camera and started feeding, Mandy says, "Hey, you know what we should do today? We should weigh these birds." So what we're going to do is we're going to try this. No guarantees. We're going to pull these birds out of here, see if they'll still set in the box like they did a couple weeks ago or a week ago, and we'll go from there. So bear with me. I'm going to try to grab the little guy first. Whoa. We're trying. They say never work with animals or kids. It's looking like 12.9. Now let's see if we can get a big one to set on here.
He's like, what are you doing? It's okay.
Easy. That one's 14.05.
Nice.
So that's a little guy and a big guy, and we're just under a pound right now. Day 21, just under a pound. That's the birds that are in the garden. That's a small one and a big one, smallest one and the biggest one. So we're gonna head out to pasture. We'll see how everything's going out there, and we'll weigh some birds out there. Okay, so it's day 21. We make it out here to the pasture, and we're pulling up to the chicken tractors, and we see something that bothers both of us. If you'll pan right over here, we have a Houdini bird. Okay, I have no idea how this bird got out. I don't know where he got out, but he's out. Don't know how long he's been out, but we got to figure out where in the heck this guy has been for 24 hours. So let's go see if we can find out. All right, we got the little Houdini bird all rounded up and put back in his pen. We think it's the center tractor. We got him put back in there. That's where he was hanging out. So I can't even imagine what it was like for that little bird running around outside the tractors all night. And he had to spend the night out. I mean, he spent the night out by himself, so he was probably cold. I don't know, but poor little guy. We got him back in there. Hopefully he's the only one that got out. I mean, I hope I'm not feeding the coyote population out here. So still not a lot of activity to report in the maggot feeder. We just got a bird carcass in there, and that's it. So it might be just a tad bit cool for the flies, but I know they're around because we're seeing them in the garden, and we're just seeing them. So they're around, but I think they've slowed down a little bit. Another thing that we've noticed a slowdown on recently is the grasshoppers on this pasture. When we first decided to put these birds out here, you could come out here and you'd walk and you just flush dozens and dozens of grasshoppers in front of you. We can walk through this grass and not see a grasshopper now. Onesies, twosies, real slim pickings for these birds. So with that in mind, Mandy made the decision that we need to supplement these birds' protein somehow. They're not getting it from the pasture. We need to supplement it. Now, we don't want to do that, because what that means is we've got to go get feed that has a higher protein content in it. But it's about the health of these birds more than it is about the health of our pocketbook. So what we've done is we bought an 18% feed. It's a meat bird feed, and it has 18% protein content in it. So now we're not just feeding that straight. What we've done is we've mixed that in with our feed that we've been feeding for the last 3 or 4 days. So We've upped the protein content of the food, and we're feeding it to these birds. They don't seem to notice a difference. Hopefully they're gonna bulk up here soon, and we'll see the difference. So we're gonna weigh some birds real quick. We're gonna grab 1 or 2 out of here, maybe 3 birds out of here, different sizes, and we're gonna weigh them and see what these birds are weighing. Okay, so we've got the little, I think it's a Houdini bird. He's one of the smaller birds out of that center tractor, and we've scooped him up, and we're gonna weigh him, see what he's tipping the scales at. Oh, quit. .5 is where he's at. Let's go get a bigger one. Sure, but judging, this is one of the bigger ones. There's about a handful of these that are this size in that furthest west tractor. Just judging by the feel of him, he feels smaller than that big one in the garden, but let's find out here. .25.
Yep, he is.
So let's see if we can find it. Okay, so this is one of the bigger ones out of the farthest east tractor. Put this one in there. 12.15.
Okay.
Okay, so not to be outdone, Mandy decided to go and pick one out that is bigger than everything I picked out. So this one actually feels a little bigger. So let's see what it comes in at. 12.4.
I would have thought. He looks bigger.
So we're day 21. We've yet to hit 1 pound on any of these birds out here in the pasture, but we're getting close. I think our biggest one was what, 14 and some change in the garden. That makes sense. Those birds are getting a little more ration of food there in the garden. Because they're right out our back door, and Mandy likes to feed them all the time. So that, and they're getting the benefit of a lot more insects in that garden than what these birds have access to out here. So 12 ounces at day 21. I don't even know how that rates, but it's what we've got. So here we go. Okay, so we got Houdini bird taken care of. We got the chicken tractors moved. We got the birds weighed. We got the new food in the tractors. And we're just going to have to wait and see how that higher protein content works out for these birds. Our hope is that they start gaining a little more weight. Again, we don't know what they should be weighing, so not having anything to reference there. All we can do is keep feeding them and keep moving these tractors until they weigh 7-8 pounds on the hoof. So I guess those would be pretty big birds.
Those would be.
But we're hoping. So. Feels like we've got some better weather coming on today. It's been cool the last few days, so it's going to warm up a little bit. Hopefully these birds flourish and thrive in that warmer weather because you can feel it in the air. Fall is coming, and so we don't have a whole lot of summer days left. But until next time, Wyoming James, Powder River Mandarin, saying adios.